what it really is, a condensed burst of activity. A condensed burst of activity that creates massive results in your organization. It's just unbelievable, the results that it creates. A lot of people say they don't have a boss in their network marketing business. In my opinion, you do have a boss. Your boss is your calendar. Your calendar. If it's full, you're good. If it's empty, you should be afraid. Your calendar is the if I'm coaching you on how to have a breakthrough, first thing I'm going to say is, show me your calendar. Let me see it. And they'll go, no, what do you mean? I want to see it. Nothing. I was waiting to coach with you, and then I was going to fill it up. Nothing. Empty. There's no appointments. There's no follow-ups. There's no calls. There's nothing on that calendar. So what's our job? If that's true, if we fill up a calendar, that's going to make a healthy organization. Fill up a calendar with appointments. That's going to make a healthy organization. What's one of our jobs as a leader? Help people fill their calendar. So I do a 3-day coaching thing. I'll tell you a quick story. The guy's name is David Ross. He comes to this 3-day coaching experience that I do a few times, once a month or so. He comes, and his mother and father are the number 2 distributor in their company. They've been around for a long time, and he joined the family business. And they asked him to kind of like manage these different lines and work with these different lines, right? So you can kind of picture this, kind of a little bit of an entitled situation. He hadn't earned it. He's down there kind of working with people he'd never built, right? So they send him to this thing to kind of learn, get some coaching. Sharp kid. And he gets this. He goes, oh, I got it. I can take a short period of time. I can get with a group of people, and we can make calls to schedule appointments. We can fill up their calendar from that little blitz of activity, and I can go from group to group to group to group to group to group to group and fill calendars for a month ahead of time every place I go. And I can do this myself. Oh my gosh. So he went back. This was last October. He went back, and this company's 12 years old, 17 years old, something like that, in the UK. 12 years old at least. He went back. He is the biggest rising star in that company. He has literally changed the entire landscape of a 12-year-old company single-handedly with this concept. He's doubled their income from a very, very mature distributorship, doubled it with this one strategy alone. That was it. Okay? So I'll tell you what I did when we were in Cabo. Anybody in the room were in Cabo with us? Hey guys, how you doing? So what we did, here's what we did. We had a blitz day. We had 80 people for a 1-week coaching experience down in Cabo San Lucas. Awesome. And we split it into 10 groups of 10 groups of 8 people. And here was the competition. I gave them 30 minutes of training on how to call people back home and say, listen, I'm coming home from Mexico and I want to meet with you and I want to show you something. And just schedule an appointment. They had their calendars, they had their phone, and they would call. And then we created a competition. The competition was the top 3 teams got prizes. Okay? They had 8 people on a team. Whoever could schedule the most appointments on that team, and we gave them 5 hours to do it. We all stayed in the same room, right, just like this. And we had sheets up on all the walls with all the different teams, and every appointment got put on the piece of paper, and we created this competition. And we said, first 3 teams get prizes, and the last place team has to do 100 burpees on the beach. And that was Mark's idea for the 100 burpees, because he's the only guy who could do it, probably. So the last, and people were like, well, I said, well, just don't be last. Don't be last, and don't worry about those burpees, it'll be fine. So people, here's what happened, I gotta tell you. In the first hour, people had excuses. They didn't have their phone, they didn't have their calendar, they didn't have their contacts, Their phone fell in the pool accidentally all of a sudden. All kinds of stuff happened. But then in hour two, people started having a breakthrough. They started making calls. And the successful people were coaching the new people. And the new people were encouraging the successful people that hadn't made appointments in a long time. And here's what happened. With 80 people, over the course of 5 hours, they scheduled approximately 1,600 appointments. Averaged about 20 appointments per person. The top one was 67 appointments from a guy who had come from Mexico, spoke with a stutter, and was, prior to coming to the event, on the street going into shopping malls, cold prospecting because he didn't think he knew anybody. He scheduled 67 appointments. 67. Now, super cool, but here's what I want you to understand from this. The growth that's come from that group that went home and said, okay, my blankety blank team, we're going to get together, we're going to spend 3 hours together, we're going to schedule the whole calendar for the next 30 days. And then we're going to go into the next group, we're going to schedule that calendar for the next 30 days, we're going to fill that one, we're going to fill that one, we're going to fill that one. I'm doing a talk for a company that's going to have about 9,000 people at their conference. And guess what they want me to do? 3 hours live competition. Putting teams of about 100 together. So there's going to be, what is that going to be? 90 teams of 100? 90 teams of 100 people to see how many appointments they can schedule. And I promise you that company's going to have a sonic boom coming out of that conference. Because imagine, you go home and every one of your calendars are filled. You guys can do this right now. You can start calling people and saying, listen, when I get home, I want to show you something. When can we talk? And fill your calendar for the next 30 days. Then when you go home with your teams, team by team by team by team by team, take 2 hours on a Thursday night. Take 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon. Take 1 hour on a Monday evening, whatever it is. Get everybody together. And the benefits of this are so broad, it's unbelievable. One, the activity will increase dramatically on your team. Two, the new people, they will gain confidence through this experience. Like you gain confidence just practicing closing twice. They'll gain confidence seeing other people do it, facing their fear doing the first one, getting a little high five when they get their first appointment. And they go, oh my gosh, this is fun. The leaders that engage in this are going to get more appointments than they've ever. There was a couple leaders that were making $1 million a year at the event in Cabo, making $1 million a year. They hadn't done this in 5, 6 years. Wow. They just were cruising. They're just getting their check, making their money, trying to motivate others, and they've forgotten how fun it was to engage with their own prospects and schedule some appointments. So that the leaders will do it. It's a coaching experience. It's a learning experience. It's a fear-facing experience. It's all of the things. So what I would suggest that you do is, one, schedule your Blitz Day with your local team when you get home. Schedule it. And if you've got several different pockets of teams, schedule one with 5 people here, and one with 6 people there, and one with 10 people here, and one with 20 people there. If you're going to do a recap event when you get home with 100 or 200 people in your local market, schedule 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon and everybody do it. Fill the calendar as quick as you can, as hard as you can. So number one, schedule your blitz. Number two, I would recommend that you do this with each part of your team once a month. Once a month, you'll fill the calendar, and now they just have to go to work. Once a month. And if you have part-time people, which most of us are part-time, most people in network marketing are part-time, if you have part-time people, this is the most efficient use of their time possible. 1 or 2 hours, and they can schedule the whole month, and they don't have to do it by themselves, and they're not afraid, and they're not going to get paralyzed, and they're not stuck. They did it with some encouragement and training and role-playing and positive experience. So schedule this once a month, and I would say make it part of your culture. It is the biggest single experiential, result-oriented breakthrough I've seen in 25 years. I've never seen anything bigger. Never. It's the weirdest thing. If you have an open time of 2 hours sometime during this weekend, 2 hour a break instead of dinner or whatever, everybody go into a hotel room and do it. Do it. Grab a bunch of your team, grab your phone, and just go. And see how many you can schedule. So watch what happens to your group. I promise you, it's going to be something that will revolutionize your ability to get duplication, rapid rank advancement, rapid growth. Mark, you've been doing this, you guys been doing this since you got back? You did a couple of blitz days. Yeah, so you had some breakthroughs with those people. Since we left college, what's happened to your business? Rank advanced a couple of times. A couple of your biggest weeks, overall team volume. Getting in summer, which won't matter. Yeah. So congratulations, well done. But anyway, this, I will tell you, if the thing that I would love if we had time is crawl into this and do it with you. Because the breakthrough that comes from this is enormous. All right, so I hope you get this. All it is get people together, grab a calendar, grab your phone, and start making calls and scheduling.